Und damit starten wir wieder durch. Endlich! So. Ab ins Dorf. Ja, oder in die Stadt halt, ne? Wir müssen ja unsere Hauptstory weiterkriegen. Oh, sehe ich da noch einen Steinfunken hier hinten? Da war das nur so ein Rest von, also ein Rest von einem Stein.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Oh, es gibt... Ach nee, die stand schon immer da, ne? Ich wollte sagen, sind jetzt die Wachen, die das schon beaufsichtigen? Aber vorher müssen wir nochmal ganz schnell an unserem Stall vorbei, weil wie wir gerade erfahren haben, sind die Tiere wieder fertig. Ist ja eigentlich jedes Mal ein anderer Hund und eine andere Katze? Oh, sie haben eine Maus gefangen.
You better not come back. Got it?
Das sind gute Katzen. Ich habe noch nie gesehen, dass hier irgendwie ein Angriff stattgefunden hat, dass ich hier Hunde gebraucht hätte. Hier kannst du... Warte, soll ich mal mehrmals hier machen und ein Huhn. Was wir auch mal machen können, ist Gruppenanführer wechseln. So. Die gute Dame immer noch gar nicht, ne? Ist ja noch neu. Hätte ich das nicht ausgestellt, dass er den Titel rein... Oh, vor allem, da steht nur Test. Der hat das gerade gar nicht übernommen, oder was? Das denn nicht? Okay. Ah, hier muss ich ja. Warum kann ich so ein geiles Schwein auf meinem Hof haben? Warum ist hier so ein Kind, mit dem ich sprechen kann? Ich will eins von euch haben, ey. Wenn die das als Merchandise verkaufen würden. Ey, die würden reich, wenn die bräuchten keine Spiele mehr verkaufen. Naja, dann gucken wir, was unser Prinz so für eine Scheiße baut. Hey. Die neue Sache mit jemandem. Achso, klar, weil jetzt hier Krieg herrscht, oder was? Okay, hier ist eine Nebenquest, die können wir erstmal eben abgeben. Ja, alles wird gut. Ich übernehme die Stadt und dann lege ich alles in Schutt und Asche hier. Ist er hinter dem Haus? Ist hinter dem Haus, naja. Hier, was auch immer du wolltest, ich hab's gemacht. Willkommen zurück, habt ihr euch um dieses lästige... Ach, okay, die wollte die Schweine, die wir da abgeschlachtet haben. Da gab es ein neues Ding für. Das könnten wir allerdings auch mal ganz schnell gucken. Wir fangen vorne... Oh, die haben schon wieder richtig Punkte hier. Ermöglicht das zufällige scheinbar bei kritischen Treffern. Okay, das hört sich schon mal sehr gut an. Jetzt habe ich wieder zu wenig, ne? Ja. War doch nicht so viel, ne? Ermöglicht es dir einmal zu springen, während du in der Luft bist. Ja, das ist eigentlich zum Ausweichen ganz geil. Wirbel, hier hatten wir schon alles. Ne. Das würde ich auch nehmen. Das ist nämlich echt ganz gut eigentlich, dass sie dann nur einmal K.O. gehen. Na, da. Ja, hier das neue Ding mit den Geldmünzen. Was ist das denn? Er fesselt einen Gerichtsvollzieht, erhöht die Menge des zugefügten Schadens bei Gegnern, die von einem Boost getroffen werden. Erhöht Angriffe, Elementarangriffe. Hey, was ist das hier, der nach einem einfachen Überleben der Wachen auflöst? Hm? Kann man mit den 300? Haben wir noch irgendwas so? Hm. Oh, was ist das hier? Warum nicht? Komm, hier. Fähigkeit. Was ist hier denn alles? Ermöglicht es hier dich. Ach so, ja, das ist nämlich irgendwie bei wenigen Charakteren. Erhöht die Menge der Boost. Verlängert die Dauer von Überlimit. Sie hat aber so wenig Überlimit. Hier, was hat sie denn hier noch? Weil die Angriff Elementarstärke während Kocheffekt. Mal erhöht die Menge des Schadens bei Gegnern mit körperlichem Leiden. Und Schaden bei Gegnern, die von einem werden. Erhöht die Boost-Anzeige. Kampf beginnt. Das sollten wir vielleicht vorher nochmal mitgeben. So, guck mal, wir haben so wenig erst. Reduziert die Menge des während abwehrlichen Schadens. Das ist schon mal sehr gut. Das sind wieder alle die Boost-Angriffe. Darf ich alles nicht. Stellt alle nach Ausführung eines perfekten Ausweich. Okay, ne, hier unten habe ich sogar noch. Drücke Doors, erhöht Verteidigung. Das ist auch gut. Okay. Dann haben wir das wieder durch. Da muss ich wieder hier oben hin. Ich nehme so viel, mit dem man noch quatschen kann. Ach, das waren alle welche, die jetzt im Schloss waren, die er aber rausgeschmissen hat, ne? Lass mich gehen. Ja, schon gut. Danke. Weg. Okay. Oh Gott, kommst du nicht her. Mit dem Arsch. Irgendwas in Ecken versteckt. Nö. Aber ich sollte mich eigentlich nochmal vor... Da ist bestimmt ein paar Kämpfe drin. Dann sollte man wahrscheinlich ausgeruht hingehen. Oh. Kann man nämlich auch noch was essen. Sollen wir Angriff erhöhen? KP nach Kampfheilen. Eigentlich komme ich immer ganz gut durch, ne? So. Mehr fallen gelassene Objekte L.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you...
Okay. Dann starten wir durch.
This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Dahnans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Dahnan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Was nun? Haben wir da nicht diesen Brecher für?
Hey, Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well,
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Das ist unser nächster Gegner, ein Unsichtbarer. Gut, erstmal ein paar Leute aufmischen, ne?
it's on!
I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Durch seinen Freund hindurch mich angegriffen. Ob das so ganz okay ist?
Crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Klatsch.
We can really make weapons with this?
Also diese neue Farmanzeige ist natürlich auch irgendwie krass.
Gotta break through.
Ich kann nicht hier dabei stören, einen Kollegen zu stören. Okay, die sind irgendwie noch mehr auf den Charakter fixiert, den man steuert, als vorher.
Don't get careless.
Habe ich gar nicht mehr so schwaches Zeug, ne? Alles schon aufgebraucht, okay.
It's on! Now you'll learn! Take this! Eagle fly! Flew away!
Ein Donny hinweg.
Blade and fist! Take this! Take your sword! You're mine! You're finished! Storm! Try harder! My turn! It's over! Flew away!
Cyan instant!
Wie er perfekt in den Tornado reinläuft und dann zack, weggeböllert. Sieht man hier was Interessantes? Nö. Also sind wir einmal auf der anderen Seite. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob die sofort wieder da sind, wenn ich in einen so einen Raum reingehe. Das wäre natürlich richtig ärgerlich dann. Ein Schlag vor seinem Tod hat er nochmal richtig reingezimmert. Okay. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob das überhaupt was bringt, in diese Räume reinzugehen, weil die haben wir eigentlich schon, als wir hier rein durften, durchsucht. Aber du siehst manchmal gar nicht, ob die gerade eine Attacke machen. Da weiche ich den einem aus und rolle in die andere Attacke rein. Mit einer Casten, hindert ihn nur dran. Der geht wieder voll ab. Er hat einfach keine Liebe für diese Viecher über, ne? Guck mal, sind hier wenigstens noch ein paar Sachen dafür drin. Okay. Ja, das ist ja der Brief. Bringt mir das jetzt was hier nochmal zu lesen? Ich denke mal nein. War noch so ein Tisch für mich? Dafür muss ich wohl da rein. Aber auch ein bisschen schwach gekennzeichnet, ne? Will ich mal merken. Ah, Mann, ey. Wir haben schon den 23. Ich will endlich, dass der 28. ist. Ich muss New World zocken, ey. Eigentlich wollte ich das hier durch haben bis dahin, aber... Achso, bin ich hier einfach schon zu weit raus. Ja, die kommen halt echt jedes Mal wieder, wenn du in so ein Zimmer gehst, okay. Ah. Irgendwas essen bevor... Ach, sie hat mich, glaube ich, schon gehalten. Naja, okay. Die heilt zu schnell, die Dame.
A hard-won victory.
Okay, das ist verschlossen. Dann wird das auch verschlossen sein. Ne. Oh, Cutscene, wir haben irgendwas gefunden.
Right.
Das hier wäre nicht vertont. Okay, wir haben Schweinefleisch gefunden. Mehr war ja nicht. Das hier mit dem Laser, warum müssen wir hier mal rein? Ah, Speisesaal ist wieder gut gefüllt. Oh, sogar mal Milch für uns. Aber mehr ist ja nicht, okay. Lol, einfach durchgerannt, weil die noch nicht gespawnt sind. Ach, dafür seid ihr gerade so gespawnt.
Now you'll learn.
Wind astral energy! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Shining blazer! Light astral rage! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
You're mine.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I
Okay,
think this is a
een
key to the
schlüssel.
noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Ah, okay, jetzt haben sie mich erwischt. Ich hätte nicht zur Seite gehen dürfen.
I see one, eh?
Glacial spear!
No shield can stand up to these fists.
You picked the wrong fight. Got flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle
Its
it!
armor's too strong.
All yours. Be my guest. This should do it. Here I come. We're not finished. Blow away.
Armor won't save you.
My field. As your sword.
Hey,
You're
look!
mine.
Dance in the
I
wind!
owe you one.
Air thrust! Sled!
As your sword.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze
Take this.
laser!
As your storm. Not a chance.
None
Take
shall
this.
escape my judgment!
Rip and tear. Blew
Vanquish
away.
Ray!
As your storm.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Aber wenn eine Spezialwache auftaucht, wenn man genug platt gemacht hat.
Gotta break through. Now you'll learn. As your storm. As your storm.
May a thousand gales carry it ahead!
One's all mine.
Flame!
Ready and ready. You're mine. You're finished.
Do it! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Total übertrieben, aber hey, warum nicht?
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Out of our way!
As your storm. You got spirit. Storm.
I can carve through armor.
Strike.
Alle werden noch durchgekriegt, okay.
Slow dance.
As your storm.
What are you doing?
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Beide erwischt? Nö. Der war zu weit weg, leider.
Lightning!
Here I come.
Go here! Lightning contest!
This one's all mine.
Eagle assault.
It's over.
Now!
Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
71.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Jetzt waren wir. Hier müssen wir es eigentlich noch. Nee. Konferenzraum. Okay, hier haben wir den Schlüssel nicht für. Also mit der Schatzkammer. Da haben wir jetzt den Schlüssel für gefunden.
Gotta break through.
Bring him down.
Hear my call!
Wir sollen sich mal noch so ein bisschen mehr sammeln.
Not in your dreams!
Glacial spear! I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Freeze lancer!
Warte mal, ich will mal da hinten. Ihr seid gerade so schön versammelt hier.
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Take this.
An astral
Now.
art?
That's my shield!
Its armor
Shut him down.
Smash you.
Here I go. As your storm.
I'm on fire for
You're mine. As your storm.
Did you hear it
It's
now?
over.
I'll heal
There
you!
you
Raining
are.
slash. Blow away. Try harder. Now.
Na los, mach einen Abflug. Zack.
I owe you one.
Oder wieder
Mess
was.
with me. That's
It's over.
There for the stockpile!
You're mine. You're finished.
Lightning ult now!
As your storm.
Talon hurricane.
Okay, oh, zu spät, war schon tot.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Eine glänzende goldene, sie muss für einen Lord präsentieren. Okay, das wussten wir aber schon. Gibt es hier nichts? Angeblich gibt es hier 2 Kisten für mich. Ah, lol.
This'll make us even
Ey,
more
hätte ich das
formidable.
übersehen, hätte ich das. Dafür kostet mich das natürlich jetzt 20. Nee, für sie war das nicht. Hier war das. Das ist aber ganz nett. Sonst haben aber alle ihre Best Outfit an. Okay. Irgendwo muss noch irgendwas liegen, was mir fehlt. Hier ist übrigens noch eine Kiste, die ich übersehen habe. Irgendwie. Ach, da drin jetzt. Okay. Also nochmal eine Rüstung für sie.
It's all mine.
Buy you one, eh?
Take it. I'm on.
You'll have no mercy.
To my lord.
My Lord!
It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest. You picked the wrong fight. Take this.
It's go time.
Now storm.
Law, get toasty.
Burn strike.
Lässt sie nicht explodieren, wenn er da drauf
With
tritt.
this, I can become even stronger.
Okay, haben wir jetzt auch einen Schlüssel für gefunden. Gehört ihr nicht her? Naja.
I won't forgive you. Dance in the wind.
Das ist doch kein perfekt. Okay.
I'll heal you all. I have sword. Healing
I owe you one.
That's my heal.
Shut him down. Throw away.
Divine strike.
Hier gibt es offenbar nichts zu finden.
All right.
Ja.
There are enemy forces here too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
Aber schon mal Pflanzen, die wir
So they
mitnehmen
figured we were
können.
coming all along, is that it?
Angeblich gibt es ja echt nichts zu finden. Wahrscheinlich muss ich erst erfahren, dass hier was ist, bevor ich das finden kann. Ja, die sind halt genau positioniert, dass man da nicht vorbeikommt. Richtig. Die halt immer vorbeijumpen, finde ich ein bisschen ärgerlich. Und dass man Angriffe nicht abbrechen kann.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Blaze lancer. Thunderblast.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Ne, hier habe ich den Schlüssel. Auf der anderen Seite war ich noch nicht drin, ne? Oder ich muss natürlich raus und nach unten. Das kann auch sein. Eingang Palast. Da war ich glaube ich noch nicht. Wer kommt her?
Go no further. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Not in your dreams. Blaze lancer. Dance in the wind.
Flew away.
Air. Light action in the wind! Air
Azure
Healing!
Storm!
Retreat!
Raining slash!
Water! Hear my call!
Azure Storm!
Flood! Glacial force!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Das war's schon. Haben wir das schon gesehen?
Is
Rätsel.
that some
Okay.
kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
Sobald ihr den Palast besetzt habt, lasst sofort die Barrieren hoch. Ihr wisst, in welchem Raum ihr den Persönliches findet. Bringt den Schlüssel in den Raum zurück und legt ihn wieder in den Schrank. Okay, es ist also in irgendeinem Schrank, aber wahrscheinlich nicht in diesem Schrank hier, ne? Ja, dass er nicht schreibt, wo man den Ausmechanismus findet. Den An-Aus-Knopf. Ich werde jetzt auch noch mal kurz gucken, ob es hier nicht noch was gibt. Hier unten sind ja auch noch die ganzen, aber die sind wahrscheinlich alle abgeschlossen, ne? Hat sie gar nicht mitgenommen? Du verlierst Schätze, da dein Inventar und oder deine Brieftasche voll ist. Bist du sicher? Abbrechen. Warum bin ich denn voll? Weil ich so viel Zeug jetzt mit habe oder was? Ey, das hat ein Limit? Wo steht denn bitte mein Limit, wie viel ich mitnehmen kann? Oder ist es einfach nur voll mit... So ein Pfirsich-Ding, ne? Orange. Dann machen wir das halt so. Oh, hier war nix. Hier dürfen wir nicht drüber springen. Sehr schade. Okay, hier ist echt einfach nur verschlossen, ne? Zack. Da waren wir vorher. Dann gehen wir mal hier, Konferenzraum, waren wir da schon drin? Ne.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Glacial spear! Pierce the evil! Raging
Blow away!
Blazer!
Blow him down!
Equal assault!
Blow away!
Dance in the wind!
Raining slash!
Krieg mit dem Wind.
It's over! First strike! This
Jo, 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 jo. Jetzt bin ich aber piss hier. Jetzt ist es mein Charakter richtig piss.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Legt es wieder ins Regal. Was denn hier? Ein Kratzer. Mein Kameraden im Notfall müsst ihr in die Barriere öffnen und Unterstützung leisten. Ihr wisst, in welchem Raum sich der... Vergesst nicht, den Schlüssel aus dem Büro zu
Look,
holen.
another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then
Ja,
there should
aber
be a key inside a cabinet in the op.
jetzt welcher Schlüssel vom Büro aus dahin führte? Rena festgenommen. Schließe die Gruppe.
Great. Let's see if we can find it.
Das muss ja dann einer von den Türen hier vorne gewesen sein, die wir aufgeschlossen haben. Aber da waren wir doch drin. Haben die uns das dann nicht angezeigt, weil wir das noch nicht entdeckt hatten? Ein Buch über... Nee. Das ist die Botschaft? Okay. So muss ich da erst in das Regal rankommen. Denke ich mal nicht. Ich habe mir jetzt natürlich nicht gemerkt, welcher Schlüssel was aufgeschlossen hat. Aber war auch nichts. Wahrscheinlich haben die was gesagt und ich habe einfach nicht drauf geachtet. Also im Wachzimmer würde schon ein bisschen Sinn machen, ne? Das ist halt der Raum, in dem wir waren, wo halt nichts so wirklich war. Ein gutes Schild, ja. Können wir schon. Da ist jetzt zu. Schatzkammer wird ja wohl auch nichts gewesen sein. Nee, war nichts. Obwohl diese goldene Statue wird halt schon Sinn machen, wenn die das ist, ne? Und hier ist noch verschlossen. Weil dann würden wir da irgendwas damit machen können. Das machen wir nicht. Wir kriegen auch keine neue Rüstung, weil keine ausgestellt ist. Das ist sehr traurig. War hier gerade was drin? Jetzt bin ich einmal rum. Ups, dann ist hier Speisekammer oder Küche.
Nicely done.
Okay, in diesem Raum gibt es aber noch nicht mal Regale. Und wir sind jetzt im Büro, oder nicht? Nee, wir sind doch Büro. Ja, die sagten noch, sie hätten den ins Regal gelegt. Hier gibt es aber keine Regale. Ach lol, hier, okay. Das ist das Regal.
Even if Dahnans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing.
Mich ist das eher so, dass eine Kommode ein Regal
Both
ist, ein
sides still
Regal.
cared about each other, and now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
Geht ja so mit Absicht vor. Mechanismus in den Gemächern des Lords. Ups. Ja.
Hi, Hoodle.
Ignite!
Surfing knuckle. In here.
Azure Storm! Take down their defenses! Azure Storm! I'm on it! Azure Storm! Take this! It's over!
I'll smash you!
My feeling!
I'm on it!
Take this! Azure Storm!
Lightning condemned.
Surfing knuckle!
Finish him!
Let me help.
Eagle assault! Now I'm real mad!
Azure Storm!
Annihilation. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Astro Energy.
Don't get careless.
Zack, geschafft. Waren wir überhaupt schon mal drin in den Gemächern? Oh, da kann man hier sogar bedienen.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
Jetzt wieder voll.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Aha. Das war jetzt diese Tür hier, ne? Jetzt mal wieder richtig hinsetzen. Jetzt kommt bestimmt wieder ein Bossfight. Was sind das denn für Bengels?
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Oh. Böse
Now we
Worte,
see his
böse
true
Menschen.
colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Dahnan for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Dahnans are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death. You You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it!
Aufs Maul! Maul! Oh, das ist das unsichtbare Vieh jetzt, oder was? Alter, das ist eine Zunge. Wenn das dich leckt, dann bist du dadurch befriedigt.
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself?
I'm on it.
Amazing!
Talon Hurricane! Rip and tear!
Aim for the weak spot.
Anything in armor is all mine!
No escape!
Oh, ist ein Gift.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
That's much
Freeze.
better.
Sensor. Lightning. Rage. Here, let me help. First aid.
Too much!
Ja, natürlich, der jumpt jetzt rein. Das schaffe ich wohl nicht mehr, oder?
With me.
Recover.
This should do it!
Will this help? I can't feel healing circle.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Try harder!
Dragon!
Water. Hear my call.
Ignite!
Talon Hurricane!
Make it!
Spear. Here's
I'm on a
evil.
roll now.
Thunderblade.
Eagle
Too much to
Assault!
handle.
Blow
Armor
away!
won't save you!
Raining!
Water.
No
Hear my
escape!
call.
Azure Storm!
Blood.
Eagle now I'm in the groove!
Here's evil. Here goes. Freeze lantern. Lightning.
Was ist nämlich gerade getroffen?
Freezing storm.
Blow away!
Ice
Raining
tornado.
flash!
Here.
Erstmal sein Schwanz anvisiert, okay.
Lightning. Thunderblade.
Das Dumme ist, dass sein Schwanz immer außerhalb des Rings ist, also ich da kaum Schaden drauf kriege.
Confiscated.
Take this!
Lightning condemned. Healing circle.
Azure Storm! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
This one's all mine!
Talon
Here I
Hurricane!
come!
Raging
You're
storm.
finished!
Dragon!
Far enough!
Lunar corruption.
You're mine.
Raging
Eagle
cyclone.
Assault!
Gemini Ultra.
Ignite!
Mega ray. Searing
You're mine!
flame.
Azure
Reload.
Storm!
Talon Hurricane!
There.
You're
Raging
finished!
storm.
Take
Mega
this.
ray. Searing
I'll
flame.
smash you!
It's over!
Razor cyclone. Glacial spear.
storm.
Here's the evil.
Eat this!
Freeze lancer.
Eat this!
Take this!
Talon
Azure
Hurricane!
Storm.
Watch it!
Here's a healing arm.
Surfing knuckle!
Blow away!
First aid.
Long! Look sharp!
Und Schwarzloch-Maultechnik.
You're mine! Azure Storm!
It's
over.
the wind.
Eagle,
In
I'll
here.
finish you here and now!
No escape!
Enemies incoming.
You're finished!
Then we'll take them down!
Oh, jetzt geht in Rage Mode.
Here
Azure
goes.
Storm!
Gale force. Searing flame. May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
It's over!
I'll stop its
Oh.
charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Ist das normal?
Storm!
Thunderblade.
Not
Here's a
today!
healing arm.
Das war für alle, ne? Eigentlich egal.
Talon Storm!
There! Azure
Talon
Storm!
Hurricane!
Instant.
Hero
Thunderblade.
Ride!
Here, let me help. First aid.
Azure Storm! You're mine!
Ihr macht ihn platt, ich mach das hier platt.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Hear my call. Lightning orb.
This
This
one's
one's
all
mine.
mine.
Raging cascade. Law, you all right?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
In here.
Rena! Take this! Azure Storm!
Tear you to
You're
shreds.
finished! Azure Storm! Strike! First strike!
Element surrender. First aid.
Azure Storm!
What's this? It's about to strike. Glacial spear.
Look sharp, everyone!
Water. Hear my call. Who wants to die next? Wind astral.
Blow away!
Here's a healing arc.
Rain flash!
Eagle not my
Blow away! Stay away from my friend! No escape!
I'll bring you back from
Raining
death to
flash! An astral art?
That's my cue.
Nein, scheiße, ich hab...
Shut him down!
Not in your dreams.
Not done yet!
Raining
Raging
flash!
storm.
Cut! It's over!
Flight.
I'm on it!
Azure
I'll
Storm!
run you through!
Hut!
Hut.
There!
Here's the wind.
Blow away!
Air thrust. Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust.
First strike! You're done! Shattering
Better.
of pieces! Attack!
darf immer noch keine Objekte benutzen.
Vanquish darkness.
Alter, lähmt er mich erst und dann darf er noch sowas machen. Hä? Wie soll ich da denn ausweichen? Der dürfte ja wohl mal richtig rumlaufen. Habe ich irgendwas, um alle gleichzeitig wieder zu beleben? Natürlich nicht. Wer hätte gedacht? Renn doch jetzt nicht ins Gift rein.
This might be the end?
No, never. Stay strong.
This can't be hap-
Oh nein, ey.
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Warum rennt die denn noch direkt ins Gift rein? So, oh, ich habe Langeweile, ich renne ins Gift rein.
What was I thinking? Here goes! I'll bring you back from death's ab-
Damn it! They'll pay for
I can't heal you forever! Far enough!
I'm not done yet.
Into the ship!
Achso, sie lebt noch nicht wieder.
There, eagle fly. Jump and duck. All
I'll
finish
bring
you
you
here
back
and
from
now.
death's abyss! That move!
Ja, genau.
Anything in armor.
Das ist übertrieben immer.
Armor won't save you.
This one's mine!
Dragon shout. This should do it.
Raging
Almost there. Or close enough. Take it away, Law. I thought you'd never ask.
Ja, Mist, kann so Gift auch noch spucken.
Azure Storm. Take care. Play who you want.
Eagle assault! Searing flame!
Huh? Ignite.
These fists have got your name on them!
Azure Storm.
Lightning orb!
You're finished.
Cyan instant!
There. Azure Storm.
Blow
Nothing gets by me! Into the shadows! Light axe lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Azure Storm.
I'll crush you!
Okay, jetzt hat der Typ verloren.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll heal you all! Do it! Ridwell! Frozen! Hammer!
Okay, die kann ich noch nicht. Die war gut.
You filthy slaves are despicable.
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship. Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
Wo kommt er denn auf einmal her? Nach dem Kampf!
At last, the
Kann er
truth
natürlich
is
nicht vorher kommen, ne?
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
They can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahag-Sar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Eldamen and Sia. Go. To Mahag-Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Ich stehe auf diese ganze Scheiße.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Dahnans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Dahnan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put
Off
an
to
end
let
to
it
the crown
count.
contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Dahnans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Dahnans, and you're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Dahnan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
Wir haben die echt verloren. Staberweiterung. Nach einem perfekten Ausweichmanöver schärfen sich der Sinne und sein Stab kommt in Schwung. Diese erweitert seinen Angriffsradius erheblich. Auch seine Durchdringung erhöht sich dadurch. Er den Gegner öfter unterbricht und kritisch trifft.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Nichts hinterm Thron versteckt. Ihr seid auch geizige Entwickler.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
Warum ist er eigentlich schon wieder unser... Ach, stimmt, weil sie, die wir ausgewählt hätten, ist ja nicht mehr in unserer Gruppe. Das ergibt natürlich Sinn, selbst für mich. Warum sind das eigentlich die gleichen Räume unten wie oben? Ne, genau, hier unten ist das doch anders. Ach, kann man denn da irgendwie hochkommen? Ne, ne? Wie auch alle arbeiten, als ob nichts passiert wäre. Was sagen denn unsere Nebenquests? Da haben wir noch... Die sind alle erledigt, ne? Okay. Also wir haben noch besiege, erstatte... Okay, Bericht. Kopfgeld abholen. Entdecke mehr Eulen. Ja, gut, müssen wir noch machen. Warte, bis der irgendwie... Ich glaube, ich muss ja irgendwas machen, aber ich raff halt nicht, was die von mir wollen. So. Besiege Gottesanbeterin. Das könnte ich vielleicht mittlerweile sogar schaffen, die zu besiegen. Ich glaube, die möchte gerne die Wache hier begrabbeln, oder was ist das da für eine komische...
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Ich glaube, wir haben jetzt genug Teile, um bessere Waffen zu machen. Hallo, mein Freund. Er hat schon die beste Waffe. Sie noch nicht. Könnten wir herstellen. Er hat die beste Waffe. Man braucht immer diesen... Braucht 2 für sie. Und... Sie braucht eh was anderes. Ja dann. Rüsten. Rüsten. Und seins habe ich natürlich nicht extra lassen. Und links haben wir jetzt verloren. Dann können wir leider nichts mehr machen. Okay, das verkaufen wir dann erstmal. Ach, er hat... Nee, warte, ich will nur verkaufen, ne? Okay.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Überfertigen. Was können wir jetzt hier machen? Gegen Gift, Analyse, Wasser, Dunkelheit, maximale KP, Angriff, Resistenz, mehr Objekte, Bewegung, Fluchtgeschwindigkeit plus 15, wenn wir noch vergiften. Ich frage mich, wo ich das herkriege. Diese mehr Objekte-Dinge ich ja ganz gerne, ne? Was habe ich denn so Zeit eigentlich so drin? Okay, sie hat Resistenz und Widerstand. Mehr Objekte, aber nur dieses eine mehr Objekte-Ding hat er leider. So, der hat natürlich nichts. Für ihn muss ich noch was herstellen noch. Macht das? Gewährt im Kampf Bewegungsgeschwindigkeit und reduziert Flucht um. Das will ich dann einmal herstellen. Feuerschaden. Inventarverteidigung. Und dann den hier noch. Niederstreckenschaden.
I'd like to check the...
Ups. Also, er kriegt das Ding mit mehr Angriff. Ich glaube, das ist ganz gut für ihn. Wieder. Ja, guck mal, Niederstreckenschaden besser hat. Okay. Würde, Kostüme. Ich kann einfach bei allen nochmal, obwohl bei ihm will ich die Frisur eigentlich erst ändern, wenn er halt wirklich eine Maske verloren hat, sofern das jemals passiert. Dann ändert sich nur das. Ein Beach Boy. Sonnenbrille. Ihm auch so eine Brille einfach geben. So, was ist jetzt hinten so? Ich weiß nicht, Flügel passen nicht. So eine Puppe vielleicht von sich selbst auf dem Kopf. Oder wir nehmen sie, genau. Sie ist momentan nicht da, nehmen wir sie als Puppe mit.
Wares, if you don't mind.
Kaufen. Leben. Glückstrank. Gebräu, das hier den Trank Glück bringt, erhöht die Bonus und Kampf. Ja, und so verliert man sein ganzes Geld. Wo muss ich denn jetzt Bericht erstatten? Müsste da nicht eigentlich jetzt ein grünes Sternchen vor sein? Ach, haben wir... Nee, entdecke mir allen. Haben wir wohl schon. Wir sind jetzt 24 und ich glaube, die war doch 24, oder? Ah nee, die war 43. Ja, das ändert das dann, ne? Aber ich will trotzdem am Reisen. Ja, die sind, genau, das sind die, die ich noch nicht fertig habe. Hier würde ich ganz gerne mal hin, um zu gucken, ob ich hier nicht noch neue Sachen kriege.
We've reached our destination.
Do you sense one of your friends, Poodle?
Gibt nichts Neues für mich. Also das habe ich ja fertig gehabt. Hier fehlen mir wahrscheinlich noch einige. Das scheint voll zu sein. Ach, der ist voll. Scheint voll zu sein. Dann habe ich doch schon alle aus dem Eis. Hier brauche ich noch welche. In das Gebiet kommen wir jetzt. Oder in das? Es scheint ja irgendwie so, als ob man so rumgeht. Bisher war das auf jeden Fall so. Okay. Wir können natürlich im Wald noch sein. Ich will glatt nochmal hier gucken, oder? Aber eigentlich sind die sehr schwer zu übersehen, da deine Eule ja sofort rauskommt und sagt, hier, hier. Ah, jetzt bin ich rausgelaufen, oder was? Die stellen mich echt so hin, dass ich direkt rauslaufe. Dann hole ich mir nur die Sachen. Das macht mich sehr traurig. Dann können die mich direkt aufstellen, dass ich rauslaufe. Wissen die nicht, wie dumm ich bin? Berücksichtigen die das nicht in diesem Spiel?
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Jo. Zack. Pilz gesammelt.
No backing down! Raining slash!
Searing flame!
I'm not done!
Ach, jetzt ist ja das Dings, ne?
Whatever you do, just stay away from the force! Freeze Lancer! Lightning
Here I
orb!
come!
Raging if it's in the sky, it's
Not
mine!
a chance! Not a chance!
Spread!
Nehmen wir dich mal einmal raus. Dann kann ich mal zeigen, was er kann.
A comfortable win.
Ah, nee, hier. Es ist woanders mit der Leiter runter, ne? Ich glaube, auf der inneren wahrscheinlich mussten wir irgendwie noch hoch. Dass uns da noch was fehlt, kann das wohl sein?
Go no further!
Azure Storm! Here I
It's
come!
over!
Elusive deity! I'm not done!
A freezing storm!
Simian pests.
I shall feel you where you stand! I'm only getting
Azure
started!
Storm!
Elusive deity!
You're mine!
Move action!
Take this! Azure Storm!
I'll
You're
heal you
finished!
all.
Can you take it?
Take this!
Lightning
I'm
Slash!
grateful. Snake
Take
of the
this!
abyssal deep.
Annihilation!
Clear for us.
Thank you. Raging Cascade! Glacial Spear!
Take
Pure
this!
evil! Dance in the
Tornado
wind!
drive.
Ear
I'm ready.
crusher!
Azure Storm!
Schade, schnell geschafft.
A comfortable win.
No choice! You're mine!
Begin! Wind
Azure Storm!
Annihilation!
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Are those arms even natural? Now! Redwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! Glacial Spear!
Snake of the
Pierce
abyssal
evil!
deep. Clear for us a path.
Freeze Lancer! Nail!
Plus serpent.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Ja, ist nur eine kurze Leiter, okay. Runter bin ich auch schon, ne? Da gab es die Kiste. Versteckte Golddings, okay. Also ich will mal das hier dann noch holen.
Coming through.
Azure Storm!
Dance in the wind! Cyan
Can you take it?
now!
Does it hurt?
Morph as a stockpile!
Azure Storm!
Elusive deity.
Let's try harder!
Not a tornado drive.
Raining
What's
Flash!
that came from? Mega Ray!
It's
Endure!
over!
Rinwell.
Morph as
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
Nicht schlecht. Und hier geht's einfach nur in 2 Sackkassen, ne? Oh, sogar wieder rausgekommen. Wie kommen wir zum Beispiel zu den Schreiern da oben hin? Ist hier vielleicht doch noch irgendwie sowas wie Leitern? Nee, scheint nicht so. Außerdem müsste ich hier auf der Minimap dann eigentlich sehen.
Gotta break through! Azure Storm!
Raging Cascade! Searing
Can't get out of this.
It's over!
None shall escape my judgment!
This one's gonna be tough!
Elusive.
Wind
This
Astral!
one's
More
all
where that
mine.
came from!
Light.
Burn in hell!
Photon Flash! Dance in the wind!
You're
Air
mine!
thrust! Light
Here
Astral!
I come! Azure Storm!
Flame!
Tempest.
None shall
Azure
escape my
Storm!
judgment!
Can you take it?
We did it! Azure Storm!
Vanquish darkness! Here, let me help!
Here I come!
First aid!
I'm grateful.
Take
Divine
this!
The enemy wields armor.
We'll soon see about that! Burning?
Ah, die
Onward and
weggebürnt.
upward.
Oder man muss einfach irgendwo runterspringen. Ich glaube das auch nicht. Dass man dann woanders noch wieder auf einen anderen Pfad kommt. Ich glaube, das sind jetzt die Viecher hier oben, ne? Okay, ja. Dann habe ich den Wald eigentlich doch schon ziemlich vollständig erkundet. Dann war da nichts mehr. Kann natürlich auch sein, dass uns die Eule fehlt gleich, wenn wir hier rausgehen, ne?
Not in your dreams.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
I never miss.
Fairy circle. I can carve through. Allow me to help you. Here I
Hear
come.
me, lightning ray. Burning,
Resonate with
raging,
the
hear my call.
We did it.
Feel, spread. I'll be saving this one.
Time to let it rip. Azure storm. My turn. Stardust.
Hear me,
Elusive deity. Stardust. Can you take
we
it?
did it. Hear my call.
Not a chance.
Welch ein Gewitter
Our
an
work is done
Fähigkeiten.
here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
What do you say we check back in on the
Hier war nur
ranch?
eine Kiste drin. Ja. Wird geladen.
Everything's going pretty well so far.
Okay, mit keiner habe ich ein
Don't leave.
Gespräch.
Care if I hang out for a while?
Aber wahrscheinlich erst nachdem wir die Stadt verlassen
best
haben,
get ready
direkt
for
ein
tomorrow.
Gespräch mit ihm.
Shall we get moving?
Moving. Ja, oder genau da, wo wir zu den Bossen gekommen sind. Warum seid ihr jetzt eigentlich noch hier? Ich dachte so ein bisschen, der Aufstand ist jetzt hier befreit. Oder wollt ihr nur Sachen packen?
We've reached our destination. Oh, war der kleine Aufstand da? Bestimmt kommt es jetzt gleich, wenn wir das Dorf verlassen, oder? Die lässt uns doch niemals alleine.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so. I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Errungenschaft, Rezepte, mehr Rezepte. Oh, und sogar ein Fähigkeitenbaum. Er kriegt jetzt alle erst freigeschaltet, okay. Verringert die Zeit, in der die tief ist. Okay. Okay, das ist auch immer gut. Sie hat noch 500 und kann damit nur den Sprung erlernen. Ja. Auf, wenn dann... Oh, warte. Geschichte?
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldermenensia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
Oh, sein Auge
One
sieht man
might
durch die
argue
Haare.
that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt. Even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Was ich noch nicht so richtig verstehe. Jeder Lord muss einen Kern haben. Aber hat auch jeder Lord immer nur einen Kern? Also ist man automatisch ein Lord, wenn man so einen Kern hat? Weil dann müsste sie ja auch von irgendwo der Lord sein. Und vielleicht töten wir gerade in ihrem Auftrag alle anderen Lords. Und dann am Ende sagt die, haha, ich bin ein echter böse okay? Und ich trete euch jetzt alle in den kleinen Popon. Kleiner Finger an die Lippe legen. Jetzt hätte ich gern so von Mimimi oder wie der andere Typ da heißt, so ein Meme, wo er dann so
I think Hoodle
Finger
senses
reinlegt.
something.
Mahag Sar.
Weiter geht die
That's 4
Potty.
out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Hi, Hoodle.
Prepare to be
Raging cascade.
as
In
a
here.
storm!
Freezing
You're mine!
storm. Saving this one.
Raining
Matt, if they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Get on in there with the others. Into the shadows.
Wir kamen gerade von den an, nur um mich hier zu treffen. Was ein Schwein.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good. I'll leave it to you.
Er ist denn irgendwann so geiler Kämpfer,
Our
ne?
work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Das lässt sich nicht verheimlichen. Ah, ich hab gehört, Eule.
Does it can't get out of this?
Tempest.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Begin. Not so fast.
Now.
Can you take it?
Light Astral.
This isn't looking good.
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less
Excellent
talking,
technique.
more. How are your weapons?
Best not to give me any ideas.
This could be useful.
Jetzt habe ich schon 2 auf der Ersatzbank. Oh, rot.
What's this thing?
Min. Oh. Weile.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Warte, ich kann noch mal. Den Hauptcharakter habe ich schon ganz gerne, die Dame. Ja, sonst lassen wir ihn erstmal eine Zeit lang drin. Aber wir müssen trotzdem das Outfit von ihm nochmal angucken. Er hat Hörner und Flügel. Das ist aber blöd. Jetzt kann ich ja gar keinen Schwanz mehr machen. Das ist der Dämon. Na gut, der ist eh nicht so der Hammer. Hier, du kriegst einen Dämonenschwanz, weil die sieht man halt wenigstens. Ach so, ne? Also einen buschigen Schwanz machen. Eigentlich, ne? Ist in dem Heiligenschein drin? Ach, jetzt bin ich falsch rumgegangen, egal. Wird es bei ihm? Ich finde, die Schweife passen nicht immer so alle. Nichts mehr. Kann man nicht mal hochspringen. Obwohl da, gut, da gibt es keine Ecke, wo man sich gucken kann, ob was da ist. Zack.
I won't forgive you.
On your knees. You're
I'm
mine.
only getting started.
Try
I
hard.
shall ensure you survive this.
Hear me, please. Do it.
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Ach, obwohl der in der Dings ist.
Rising Gale, Chariot of
Azure Storm.
Gusty Nail.
Serpent.
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Oh, jetzt passiert was damit, oder?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renan eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Kriegen wir Angeln beigebracht. Da liegen Angelstellen verstreut. Die verschiedenen Fischarten bieten Nutzer den Fang zum Kochen. Verkaufe ihn für Geld oder schalte sogar neue Titel damit frei. Also packe die Angel aus. Das Angeln besteht aus 4 Schritten. Leine auswerfen, Fisch anlocken, Fisch anbeißen lassen und Fisch schließlich einholen. Mehr Informationen zu diesen Schritten findest du unter Angelsteuerung. Jetzt noch alle einmal gemeinsam. Mehr Informationen findest du unter Angelsteuerung. Okay, jetzt soll ich da... Ach nee, das ist der Punkt. Und ich will... Da wo der Fisch hochgekommen ist.
Hungry bellies are counting on this.
Und dann Ort wählen, Köder auswerfen, Angelköder auswählen. Achso, soll ich noch einen Angelköder? Okay, aber die Angel ändern? Nö. Angelköder, okay. Die Angel ändern.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Yeah.
Und jetzt, ach, einholen. Ach so, okay, jetzt habe ich das verstanden. Warum ist das jetzt gelb geworden? Ach, das war nur angetäuscht aus.
I've got something.
Hä? Ach so. Jetzt muss ich nach dahin oder was? Jetzt nach hier oder wie? Hä? Gut. Gut. Schlecht? Was?
I'll let you go this time. Reel it in.
RB. Jetzt nach da in die Angel. Das ist ein sehr seltsames Spiel.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish. Ja, am besten ist das, wenn ich da so hinschmeiße, wo Fische hochkommen oder so.
All right.
Achso, das war RT diesmal.
I'll
Nee,
catch
RT hab ich
something
doch
bigger
gemacht.
next time.
Ja,
Nice work.
das ist halt immer RT.
Reel it in.
Gemacht.
Anybody could reel in that.
Nice, you caught it.
Okay.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me.
Also es ist besser als das Angeln in World of Warcraft,
Kisara?
aber schlechter als das Angeln in New World.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes.
You wait for
Boah,
a
das
bite,
Angeln
and
bei
then the
Zelda,
real
ja.
battle begins.
Das war
Miguel
auch
told me
manchmal eine
that
Kunst
different
für
fish
sich.
live in different
Zelda
regions,
Ocarina of
and you have to
Time.
pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
Delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay.
Ja, du scheinst ja zu wissen, wo man einen Okay, der Angelexperte anhört. Okay, Quest abgeschlossen. Kriegen wir jetzt Angelfähigkeiten, einen Angriff bei einem Stoß von... Nö, okay. Warum ist hier einer K.O.? Ach, man kann den heilen.
I'm always amazed what healing art.
Der hat uns ein Schild gegeben. Ups. Okay, ist aber jetzt nicht so der Hammer.
Can do.
Wir müssen jetzt hier gleich gucken. Sie haben jetzt hier bestimmt neue Waffen und Schilde.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong,
Gut zu
Kisara.
wissen.
You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Eine bessere für ihn eigentlich. Also können ihn eine bessere kaufen. Auch. Hat mir schon mal schwer, was genau so aussah. Achso, das habe ich jetzt nicht, weil ich das alte Schwert verkauft. Nee, Malzahn. Ich brauche das alte Schwert gar nicht dafür. Okay. Wir holen sich die Waffen einfach. Guck mal, hierfür brauchst du aber Glutgebrüll. Brauchte ich hier doch die alte Langschwert, okay. Ist das dumm? Okay. Ich hätte die alten Waffen nicht verkaufen sollen, aber wir rechnen damit, dass du die nochmal brauchen kannst. Ich könnte jemand das machen, das ist auch schon wieder besser als das, was sie jetzt hat. Was ist hier denn 69 Weizen? Wovon habe ich das? Seltener Kern, okay. 99. Ein Ningayo ganz schön gefahren, oder was? Krass, krass, krass. Und alle Dinge, die man nur einmal hat. Okay.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menensian Guard, right?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay.
Eine tiefere Bindung.
Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Ja, Mission Quest.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You're mine! As your storm! You're finished!
Airborne beast, my specialty.
Take this! They've got flyers!
I've got this! Let him mark your handle it!
Flew away! All yours!
Snake to the abyssal deep. Clear for us a path.
Flew away!
As your storm! In the wind! Lightning! In here! Downfall! Let's get you
I'm
out
not
right
done.
away! I'm only getting to the first.
I'll face you.
You're mine! As your storm!
Elusive
Did
deity.
I? Too much to handle?
Last shot!
Benediction
There!
light.
Do it!
You're mine!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You're finished!
Arrows
Can you take it? As your storm!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments.
Prügel die Scheiße aus dem Leibe.
Flew away! Raining blast! As your storm!
Ich hasse es aus, dass sie ihm ausweichen.
We managed to pull through.
Oh, die sehen krass aus.
All right.
Okay, jetzt müssen wir was mit ihm trainieren. Zuerst muss sie aktiv werden.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Take this! As your
You
storm!
require a hand.
Take this.
You're finished! As your storm!
Wenn flinke Gegner wie Wölfe oder Affen erscheinen, ist Däumel der Mann, der sich... Okay.
It's time! Here I come!
Here comes in the wind! In here, instant!
Take this!
Elusive
As
deity.
your storm!
Can you take it?
Lightning orb!
No escape!
Alright, it's showtime!
Try harder! My turn!
Fresh! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle
Lass sie weg.
Deus Roar!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Do it!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
Hat die kleine Sau das überlebt? Ich glaube es aber nicht.
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Light Astral Rage now!
On your knees.
Rinwell!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Okay, vor Jahrhunderten wurde diese einmal dafür verwendet, da die zu jagen, diejenigen, die ihm schwingen könnten, gehalten als Helden. Artefakte verleihen Spezialeffekte. Es reicht, die Artefakte zu besitzen. Einige dienen als Boni, in deren Genuss man nach dem Durchspielen kommt. Du kannst die Effekte in diesem Artefakte-Liste ausschalten. Du kannst jetzt 6 zusätzliche Arts wählen. Drücke im... Okay. Ich kann jetzt... Ja, welche 6 sind jetzt eine ewige Verwüstung? Ja, aber die kenne ich doch schon alle. Staub. Ja, auch schon.
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
Dass zwischen jeder Zone immer so eine Höhle nochmal ist, ne?
Don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wish to be alone.
You always did have a...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Here I come!
Burning
Burning flash! Come and face me!
I'm also good with airborne targets.
Anything in armor is all mine! You're flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Azure Storm!
Freeze Lancer! Photon! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Photon! Freeze Lancer!
Lunar Rondo! This one's all mine! Azure Storm!
Freezing
Plasma Shock!
Begin!
Azure Storm!
On your knees.
Blew away!
Man,
thousand gales,
tear you to shreds!
Take this!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Great! My turn!
Resonate with the
Rising
earth.
Falcon!
Firmament render!
On your knees.
Lunar Rondo!
Wall!
Air pressure.
Rising Falcon!
Do it!
Strike! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Cross! Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Kreuzschlag.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're
Ja, wir scheinen auf eine stärkere Variante unserer bisherigen Gegner zu treffen. Oder was?
by the they're surrounding us.
Azure Storm!
Lightning! It's a duel of the arts.
Not today!
Water,
Here I come!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Blade sounds like a job for yours truly.
Lunar Rondo!
The enemy wields art too.
Do it! You'll soon see about that. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Take this!
Can you take it?
Azure Storm!
I'm ready.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Raging cascade instant.
Can you
Take
take
this!
it?
Now, get on in there
You're
with the
finished.
others.
On your knees.
Blew away!
Thunder field.
Raining Slash!
Air
Lightning.
pressure.
Take this!
One at a time.
You're finished! Azure Storm!
Resonate with the earth.
Hear my call.
Stalagmite.
Where are you going?
On your knees.
Lightning condemned.
As hit time!
Now.
Azure Storm! Take this! Azure Storm!
Art sealed.
It's over!
Snake of the abyssal deep. Clear for us a path.
Firmament render.
Azure Storm! You're mine!
Come on.
I can feel my precision improving.
Out of our way.
Take this! Burn in hell!
I'm only getting started.
Can you take it?
One more.
Azure
Don't mind if
Storm!
I do. May a thousand gales tear you to shreds. Hear me.
You're mine!
Tornado drive.
Azure
Do
Storm!
it.
Now see if you don't get...
Light burst forth.
Radiant Denison. You don't mess around.
You're mine!
Certainly not.
Blew away! I'll take you all off!
Tornado drive.
Azure Storm!
Lunar blast.
Take this! No escape!
Now.
Raining Slash!
Law. Get toasty.
Bird Strike!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good.
Haben
We're
gewonnen, ne?
counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Okay, nur so normale. Ja, so richtig den Gegner noch reinsetzen dürfen.
Out of our way.
Snake
You're
of the
mine!
abyssal deep. In a bind.
This one's all mine! Eat this!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
Wow, was macht mir gerade so einen Schaden, dass sie kommen nicht weg? Aber er wollte eigentlich nicht. Das möchte ich sie heilen.
Behind.
Snake
of the abyssal deep.
Not done yet!
Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here.
Here
No
Now.
escape! Jump!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that
No.
vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Azure Storm! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back.
No
I'll
escape!
trip it out.
Not so fast! You're finished!
Now.
Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone. May a thousand gales tear you to shreds.
Take this!
Can you take it?
Azure Storm!
Now. Here I go. Astral energy. Full throttle.
Tja, da werden sie ganz schön weggeboomt.
Wow, look what I just found.
Was gibt's dafür? Eine Rüstung?
This might be.
Das war jetzt nicht für sie, oder? Nee. Ja, ach, aber er trägt sowas. Und seine
Some
Rüstung.
decent equipment.
Okay.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Schaffen wir es zurück, bevor unser Leist abläuft? Die Zeit läuft. Ne. Okay, kein Gegner näher. Schade. Bin ja wieder falsch gelaufen, oder? Wie geht das wieder zurück? Das war dumm.
More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
Eine alte
What were
Dänenstadt.
people even thinking? Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renan cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Ach, wäre ich fast gestorben, wäre ich da. Oh, hier geht das noch richtig rum. Zack.
What's this thing?
Aber hatten wir schon mal Rundenseilball?
Little help!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Oh Gott, wenn ich hier fertig gemacht werde von den beiden.
I'm not done.
I'm in your debt.
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Raging Luna Storm! Here I come! You're mine! It's over!
On your knees.
Here I come! You're finished!
None shall escape my judgment!
Take this! Azure Storm!
dance in the wind!
Begin! Take this!
Take this! Azure Storm!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Azure Storm!
First aid! This'll come in handy.
Take this!
Flame of fury!
No
Burning
escape!
strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
It's over! Azure Storm!
I'll face you.
Divine! This is it!
Blow away! You're mine!
Burning
I'm ready!
Water!
Can you take it?
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Auch immer sehr schön anzusehen. Ja.
I must keep striving.
You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
What's this place here? This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Ja, ist schon ganz geil mit den Geschichten, aber manchmal wird es doch ein bisschen sehr viel, ne? Was ist das denn hier? Mitten in der Höhle unter allen Monstern. Jo, der letzte hat mir eine Rüsten, den Schild hat mir der letzte gegeben. Ja, kackst aber ganz schön gegen ab gegen den. Ja komm, wir machen die Monster hier noch. Wir sind ja fair.
Coming through. Now we're never.
Away!
It's over, I'll face you. You're mine.
Don't mind if I do.
Elusive deity!
Here's the vanquish darkness.
Azure Storm! Elusive deity!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Freezing wall.
I'll face you.
Ice tornado.
Azure Storm! Azure Storm!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Versteckst du dich denn hier hinten?
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Damn it!
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! Azure Storm!
Not in your dreams.
Ha! Take this! Elusive deities! It's over!
Corruption. Raging
abyssal
storm. Never
beast.
over.
Azure Storm!
Hear me.
Lunar
Fury. Burning sky.
I'm not done! Burn in hell!
Another incantation ruined.
You're mine!
Thanks.
Azure Storm! It's over!
You're mine.
Lunar Rondo!
Raging storm. First
I
aid.
know you are.
Tunnel.
Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone. Here's a healing arc.
Elusive
Hey,
deities!
that-
Here I come!
Tornado
Burning slash!
I'll face you.
I'm not done! Azure Storm!
You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not usually given to restraint.
Sometimes I believe you're stronger than you let on.
Raging cascade! Steel! Lightning! This'll come in handy!
Blow away! Okay. You're finished!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Ah, wir haben Pilze und Gestein. Okay.
An opponent like this should be easy.
In a bind?
In here! Don't mind if I didn't!
Azure Storm! Huh? You picked the wrong fight!
Deity!
Azure Storm!
I never miss! Thunderblade!
Here I come! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk. I shall ensure you survive this.
Begin!
I'll crush you!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Take it!
Azure Storm!
Healing circle!
Hold nothing back! Azure Storm!
Downfall!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Can you take it?
Right. Raining Flash!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl like me know? These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more coming.
Cut them apart.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Da kann ich aber wieder runter. Renn, mein Junge, renn! Aber wir werden es trotzdem nicht schaffen. Ja, man kann ja vielleicht irgendwie durchklettern oder so. Oder scheint nichts zu sein, was man braucht. Ah, ich glaube, dass der Weg, wo es weitergeht, da unten kommt man aber noch wohin.
No choice. Azure Storm! Come one, come all!
Annihilate your dreams!
Azure Storm!
Mega Ray! Wind Astral Energy! Up and at 'em! Let's go!
None
You're
shall
finished!
escape
my judgment! Raging Storm! Swallow's Flight!
Raining
Ray!
Flash!
Elusive deity!
Firmament Render!
Azure
Let the
Storm!
marksman handle this! Arrow Annihilation!
Resonate with the earth!
Mega Ray!
On your knees!
Here, let
You
me
attack without learning.
More than
because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against a worthy opponent.
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic, is it?
Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
Trouble. Magic
Raining
advance!
Flash!
Cyclone!
Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Field! Now!
Raining Flash! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Ich dachte, dass die Reime sind jetzt die ganzen Sachen wieder da, oder was? Bei den Gegnern nicht, oder wie? Ja, das nutze ich doch mal ganz schnell aus,
Through
ne?
these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Wunderbar eingekauft. Ich habe viele Sachen gekriegt. Warum sind da drin wieder Monster? Reicht da noch nicht? Tatsache, da war ich einfach noch nicht.
An opponent like this should be easy. Blow away! Try harder! My turn! I'll face you! Take this! You're finished!
Confiscated!
Azure Storm! Azure Storm!
They could be abyssal
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning condemned!
Blow away! You're mine! It's over!
By the power of
Azure Storm!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and pummeling
This
to
one's
me.
mine! Sleep now!
Here I come! Azure Storm!
Now! I'm all stuffed up! You are in his
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Now you see
content.
what I can do.
You're mine! Azure...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Sleep now!
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
This one's all mine!
Crossblade!
Here I come! Azure Storm!
Hear my call!
It's over!
Lightning gun! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning!
Azure Storm!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Raining
Firmament
Strike!
Glacial spear.
You're finished!
Pierce evil.
Here I come!
Freeze Lancer!
No escape!
Begin.
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil!
Blow away!
Thunderblade!
Tempest.
Azure Storm!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Nur ein bisschen Gil. Ist ja nur ganz gut, dass ich zurückgegangen bin. Hätte ich sonst irgendwie verpasst. Das ist sehr deprimierend, dass ich so schlecht da drin bin, Dinge zu sehen. Dann war ich aber. Das geht tief runter.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Okay. Irgendwie scheinen wir langsam auf mehr Ruinen von unseren Leuten zu treffen. Ich gehe trotzdem noch mal weiter. Irgendwas stimmt mit ihr nicht.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Ganz am Ende wird sie dann doch eingestehen. Ich liebe dich. Küsschen, Küsschen. Oh, nicht er schon wieder.
Been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Die Pause scheint zu Ende zu
Said
sein.
you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting?
Ja, ich bin super darauf vorbereitet, jetzt gegen den zu kämpfen, ey. Wow. Ja, hab mich mit einem Attacke weggemacht.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Raging.
You're finished!
I'll heal you all.
It's in your hands now.
Take this! It's over!
Der soll Level 28 sein?
From death to bist.
Can you take it?
Not in
This
your
one's all
dreams.
mine!
This one's mine.
Try harder!
Dance for
On
the
your
wind.
knees!
Sleep now. A freezing storm.
Smash you!
More for the stockpile.
Ja, das ist meine ganz Spezialattacken. Der weicht den aus? Ich glaube, du sollst diesen Kampf gar nicht gewinnen können. Kann das sein?
No further! Take this!
You're helping.
Ja, selbst das Festhalten nützt nichts bei ihm.
Is it now?
Rusty nail. Handle.
Not today!
On your knees.
None shall escape my judgment.
Pressure.
None shall escape my to the wind. In here.
Here. Here, let me help. Tempest. First aid. Lightning storm. You're mine.
One more time.
Take this. Fall.
Let's give it a whirl.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
A freezing storm.
Sleep now. Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor owed.
I don't grant favors. And I don't accept them either.
Azure storm. Air pressure.
I'll heal you all.
Take this.
Shiny.
Enjoy.
Healing. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus roar. Raging cascade. Here.
Wie treffen solche Attacken?
First aid.
Okay,
Now.
here I go.
Don't mind if I do.
Die.
It's over.
A freezing
Enjoy.
storm. A banana. Let's
Take
go.
this.
Here.
Rising
By
falcon.
the power of water.
Azure storm.
I never miss. Lightning orb.
Jetzt stärkt er ihn und jetzt kommt gleich der... Schade, war zu schnell. Ich wollte gerade sagen, jetzt kommt der König und verhaut ihn einfach so mit einem Schlag Game Over.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Okay, jetzt ist unsere Maske endlich kaputt.
Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please.
Alphen,
Shion.
thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
Aha. Hat er wieder nur aus Versehen die Masterkern getroffen?
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Okay, wir haben wieder was gelernt. Auch wenn man damit nichts anfangen kann.
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Ja, man muss aber einfach sagen, er fragt ja die richtigen Dinge. Die anderen sehen es und fragen halt so gar nichts. So, ach, da ist ein Licht. Oh, alles normal. Passiert täglich. Hier leuchten immer Leute. So, dass das aber wohl der richtige Weg ist, muss ich nochmal zurück. Da ist ja oben auch noch ein Weg gab, wo ich dann hin will. Guck mal hier hinter. Kann man da was kaputt machen? Ne, ne? Kann man, glaube ich, später runterspringen. Kann das sein? Ja. Also klettern wir erstmal wieder. Ja, aber das ist aber ganz schön eingeschenkt, der Typ. Das muss man ja wohl mal sagen. Ob auch was passiert wäre, wenn wir den Kampf verloren hätten. Also ob dann einfach das gleiche Video abgespielt worden wäre.
Resonate with the earth. Blow away.
Raging cascade.
Not today. We got fire.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
It's over. More. All you look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Reload. Thunder blade.
Take this.
Fear. Pierce evil.
Raining slip.
Free blazer. Arrow squall. Freezing storm.
Clear for us a path. Blow away.
Here goes.
Kommst du da aus deiner Blase raus? Du Ersatz-Pokémon,
How are
du.
your weapons holding up?
That's not to give me any ideas.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling. I can feel my power growing.
Guess I misread the landing.
Hä? Achso, nur wegen dem sind wir jetzt hier rein. Und ein Gespräch.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being an... Forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Er hat gesagt, wir haben keine Manieren.
Out of our way!
Azure Storm!
Don't mind if I do.
It's on! Strike!
Hear my call! Storm!
You're finished!
Take this! Go!
Azure Storm!
Pierce evil!
Elusive deity!
Can you take pesky airborne scoundrels?
Astral
Sounds like a job for you. Truly.
Can you take it?
Shut him down!
Do it!
It's over!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
A freezing storm!
Resonate with the earth!
Das scheint ein ziemlicher Flächenangriff gewesen zu sein. Ah, schade, dass der eine Typ gerade sein Schild dann hatte.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
I've used too much.
Azure Storm!
Our expert coming through!
Another incantation ruined.
Azure Storm!
Flame! Reload!
Luna
Firmament
Rider!
treasure!
Azure
Elusive
Storm!
deity!
Take
We'll
this!
face you!
Azure Storm!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Lunar Corruption!
Take this!
Elusive deity!
Gemini
I'll
Thunder
face
Field!
you! A
Raiden
debut
Slash!
performance!
Dance in the wind!
It's over!
Annihilation!
I'm not feeling so great.
Gemini Tempest World!
This one's all mine!
Cyan! Let the marksman handle
Azure
this!
Storm!
Clear for us a
Hit
path!
me, flame!
Wie viele gibt es denn da von hier? Ist egal, wenn ich sterbe.
Raging Castian Evil!
Azure Storm!
Freeze Lancer! This'll come in handy!
Elusive
Hear my
deity!
call!
You're
Rotating
mine!
pile driver!
It's over!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Hätte man von daher irgendwo hinspringen können, um in das Gebäude zu kommen? Nee, ne? Glaube ich nicht. Heute bekommen wir den Fight hier schon hinter uns. Jetzt startet der gleich einfach nochmal. Dreimal so heftig. Hier können wir noch gut eine Eule oder sowas verstecken. Oder es ist halt einfach nur ein großer Kampfplatz. Sehr traurig.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Dahnans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Dahnan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Dahnans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
Aber wenn die den echt bezwungen hätten, warum sollten die ja nicht weitergezogen sein, um andere Reiche auch noch zu befreien? Ist eine Eule. Ich kann gar nicht weiter.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Wäre natürlich interessant, wenn wir jetzt in eine Stadt kommen, wo es den generischen Fürst nicht mehr gibt. Oder er hat die Kontrolle über seine Macht verloren, wie der Erste, als wir gegen ihn gekämpft haben. Und das ist das Resultat.
They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
Okay, jetzt ist das sogar so minimal, wo man hier noch rein kann. Ein bisschen Nase kratzen.
All of you, stop right there. Don't move.
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you.
Dafür hat er seine Hand verletzt.
I'm Bayfon, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
Was ich gut finde
You
ist,
could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
dass sie die Hand verbrannt lassen. Aber jetzt ist er natürlich wieder geheilt, ne?
Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shiona's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Und es geht weiter.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Okay. Mal gucken, ob wir von hier reinkommen. Aber wir müssen uns auch mal irgendwo jetzt ausruhen eigentlich. Da ist sie noch nicht rein. Hier geht das zu weit. Ja, aber ich darf noch nicht hin. Warum lebt er wieder ständig im Palast?
So you're elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Dahnans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Dahnans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. They're the scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Da muss ja richtig aufpassen, dass der Waschlappen nicht stirbt, wenn du ihn schlägst.
You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Dahnan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last
Let's go.
Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
Eigentlich würde ich ja sagen, das ist ganz gut gelaufen. Das Problem an der Sache ist nur, der Typ ist zu dumm, um zu raffen, dass sie wiederkommt und dass er dann keine Schnitte mehr hat, weil er hat sie nicht besiegt. Er hat sie kurzfristig austricksen können. Das heißt aber, dass er gegen sie im Kampf keine Chance hat. Und da er sie nicht sofort geschlagen hat, hätte er fliehen sollen. Anstatt sich einzunisten und darauf zu warten, dass er hingerichtet wird. Super dumm.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a rooster rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dahna as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Angelbuch. Alle Male Aquamelle gut. Okay, hier ist eine mit einer Quest für uns.
What's wrong? All right.
Quest abgeschlossen. Ich bin einfach so gut. Wo ist denn jetzt das Gasthaus, was er meinte? Hier oder was?
Not this way, I guess.
Das Haus gegenüber. Ach, da, Gasthaus. Ach, man wird nicht jünger. Nur blinder. Ach, guck mal, hier habe ich eins. Ich brauche aber dieses Sturmflügelschwert. 17, 19 und 23. Dann muss ich das normale Sturmflügelschwert machen, ne? Das hier kann ich nicht machen mehr. Aber dafür ein Astro. 99. Guck mal, das erste und schlechteste ist hier das Beste. Die beiden muss ich dann auch noch irgendwann mal machen. Und für das brauchst du sogar keine Dinger. Kristall. Das hat ein Level 4 Gegenstand. Okay. Mähne. Und 26. Boom, die sind wir dann auch schon wieder durch.
Have you guys...
Wäre das irgendwann eigentlich unsere... Scheint nicht so. Und wir können immer nur das fertigen, was wir halt schon entdeckt haben, ne?
Your equipment lately?
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference.
Oh, how's... Great!
Yes. Hey. Great. What? Yes.
All right.
Great.
What?
Huh?
Ja.
All right.
Yes.
Over there.
Huh? Yes.
Jetzt wird erstmal lecker was gebrutzelt.
Huh.
All right.
Aber das Essen gar nicht gesehen, ne?
If
Das
you
ist allgemein.
don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion?
Einfach mal unterbrechen.
Sure. As long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dahna. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia.
Jetzt kommt sie wieder. Nee, sie ist das.
Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest.
Was ich jetzt mal machen würde, wäre vielleicht nochmal ersten Lager gleich alles abchecken, weil da gibt es ja immer noch die eine Tür. Ich dachte, wir kriegen vielleicht irgendwie später den Schlüssel dahin. Aber ich denke, ich habe den einfach irgendwo in der ersten Welt vergessen. Und warum ist er noch 25? Junge, gib dir Mühe beim Leveln, sonst klatscht das hier. 25, was ist das denn? Guckst du die anderen an? Das sind 26. Junge, gibst du Mühe. So. Ich speichere jetzt. Wünsche euch dann noch einen entspannten Tag und auf bald.